Welcome to the Wise Mindset Guy podcast, where we explore the intersection of wealth and mindfulness in today's fast-paced world. I'm your host, Nat Plastino, and in today's episode, we'll dive deep into the powerful relationship between financial prosperity and inner peace. Now, usually, we don't associate mindfulness and finance. They don't really seem to go hand in hand. Mindfulness is often associated with meditation and being present in the moment. But how does it connect with wealth? Well, the concept of mindful wealth is about more than just the numbers in your bank account. It's about cultivating a conscious and intentional relationship with money, allowing it to serve you and others positively. One key aspect of mindful wealth is gratitude. Taking a moment each day to appreciate what you have, regardless of the quantity, can shift your perspective on abundance. When you are grateful for what you have, you are naturally more mindful of your spending and investment choices, making decisions that align with your values and goals. Another crucial element of mindful wealth is conscious spending. I know there's things that, we don't like to talk about, our spending habits, right? But it's important. It's easy to fall into the trap of consumerism, constantly seeking happiness through material possessions. Mindful spending encourages us to think deeply before making purchases, considering if the item brings genuine value to our lives or if it merely adds to the clutter that we find in our closets. A fairly large part of society focuses heavily on materialism. They love to spend their money on consumer goods and gravitate toward external pleasure. This consumption will create what's called the poor mindset, which is a belief that by buying new purses, shoes, cars, and so forth brings more happiness. The poor mindset is the idea of working hard for your money. Many of us prefer to remain in safe jobs which give us a consistent paycheck since it feels more comfortable. With that consistent paycheck, the perception becomes fearful of saving for the long term and focus towards short-term spending habits. It really is all about instant gratification. That way you buy as much as possible, quickly enough to keep up with trends and social status. We can gravitate toward the power of savings. It is actually quite easy. It is not hard, but it's also not easy. Mindful saving is not just about stashing away money for a rainy day. It's about setting clear financial goals and working towards them with intention. By being mindful of our savings habits, we can create a sense of financial security, freeing our minds from constant worry about the future. A good example of spending and saving is from a public speaker I once heard. His name is Jim Rohn. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, he's a well-known public speaker. He actually was a mentor of Tony Robbins. I guess most of us know who Tony Robbins is. He's a motivational speaker as well. And Jim Rohn once said that the poor mindset, when you think poor, most people in general in society think in terms of spend 90% of what they earn, save and invest 10%. Whereas rich people with a rich mindset only spend 10% of what they earn and invest the other 90%. Now, I know you're going to say, well, Nat, rich people are rich for a reason, and I'm not rich, and so forth. How am I going to get to that point? Well, the thing is that some people are rich because they inherited money. It's true. Some people did inherit their rich, wealthy bank accounts from their parents or ancestors. However, most people who make money, who become rich in modern society, didn't do it by accident. They actually invested properly to get to where they were. And so it is possible to get there. It's just a matter of having the right mindset in order to do it. Now let's discuss investments. Mindful investing involves aligning your investment choices with your values and beliefs. It means considering not only the potential financial returns, the money you make, but also the environmental, social, and ethical impact of your investments. By investing mindfully, you can contribute to positive change in the world while growing your wealth. Also, let's touch on the importance of generosity, which is hard sometimes when we're thinking about making money. Mindful wealth includes sharing your resources with others, whether through charitable donations, supporting local causes, or just helping friends and family in need. Generosity not only benefits those receiving your help, but also brings a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose to your life. Lastly, we should also mention that many of us are not mindful that we get caught up in a vicious cycle that we know as the rat race. Now, it's not about actual rats running on the street. The rat race is a way of life that it is we personify, right? In which people are caught up in a competitive struggle for wealth and power. We have been conditioned to believe that one goes to school to get a good education. That education will bring the promise of an amazing job. Once that job starts making money for us, we start spending on consumer goods. As we accumulate, we want more, so we strive for an even better job to make more money. That higher pay equals higher expenses like bigger house, more cars, more clothes, etc. We start to work longer hours with no end in sight. This vicious cycle continues since people have started to characterize themselves as living a life based on competition and comparison. This kind of comparison has been shown in social media, of course. So how do we escape the rat race? Being mindful of the way we view wealth is the key to building the life we desire. Always remember that our current financial condition can be fragile, where you can lose your job at any time. The sooner we take command of our finances, the better. Our relationship with money will affect our relation with others in our life. Keeping a good balance in our lives means keeping good balance with money. So in conclusion, mindful wealth is a holistic approach to financial well-being. It's about appreciating what you have, making conscious choices, setting meaningful goals, investing responsibly, and giving back to the community. By integrating mindfulness into your relationship with money, you can create a life of abundance, fulfillment, and inner peace. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Wise Mindset Guy podcast. I hope you found inspiration to embark on your mindful wealth journey. If so, please share this episode to a friend or family member. And if you have not done so already, please subscribe to this podcast. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Remember, true wealth is not just about what you have. It's about how you live, share, and contribute to the world around you. That's all for today. Bye for now.